Is World War III imminent? Today let's explore global tensions and possibilities. In a world interconnected like never before, global stability and international relations are topics that command our attention and concern. The prospect of another global conflict, often referred to as World War III, is a subject that has captured the imagination of many. As tensions between nations ebb and flow, it's natural to wonder whether history could repeat itself on such a grand scale. In this video, we'll delve into the factors that contribute to global tensions, the potential triggers for a large-scale conflict, and the steps that can be taken to mitigate these risks. Understanding the historical context. Before we explore the possibility of World War III, it's important to understand the historical context. The two previous world wars were driven by a combination of factors, including territorial disputes, economic instability, militarization, and nationalist ideologies. While the world has undergone significant changes since then, some underlying issues persist, reminding us of the importance of diplomacy and cooperation. Current global tensions. Today's world is marked by various geopolitical tensions that could potentially escalate into a larger conflict. These tensions are often fueled by competing interests, ideological differences, and power struggles among nations. Some key areas of concern include territorial disputes, nuclear proliferation, resource scarcity, cyber warfare, miscommunication and miscalculation, proxy conflicts, and many more. Let's discuss these factors one by one. Territorial disputes. Disputes over territories and borders are ongoing issues in various parts of the world. For example, tensions in the South China Sea between China and neighboring countries have the potential to escalate into a larger conflict. Nuclear proliferation. The presence of nuclear weapons adds an additional layer of complexity to global conflicts. The nuclear capabilities of certain nations can act as deterrents, but they also introduce the risk of catastrophic consequences if diplomacy fails. Resource scarcity. As the global population grows, competition for essential resources like water, energy, and food could intensify. Disputes over access to these resources could contribute to conflicts, especially in regions prone to instability. Cyber warfare. In the digital age, cyber attacks can have significant real-world impacts. State-sponsored cyber attacks and hacking incidents could lead to increased tensions between nations. Economic rivalries. Economic competition can also strain international relations. Trade disputes, economic sanctions, and currency fluctuations can all contribute to global instability. Potential triggers for conflict. While the world may be far from a full-blown global conflict, several scenarios could potentially serve as triggers for World War III. Miscommunication and miscalculation. In a world where communication travels at the speed of light, misunderstandings or miscalculations between nations could lead to unintended escalations. Proxy conflicts. Regional conflicts that involve multiple nations supporting opposing sides could escalate if major powers become directly involved. Alliance systems. Complex alliance systems can draw multiple nations into a conflict even if the original dispute was localized. This dynamic played a significant role in the outbreak of both World War I and World War II. Extreme nationalism. The rise of extreme nationalist ideologies can lead to aggressive foreign policies and territorial expansion, increasing the risk of conflicts. Failure of international institutions. If international organizations like the United Nations are unable to effectively mediate disputes and maintain peace, the likelihood of conflicts could increase. Mitigating the risk. While the potential for global conflict exists, it's important to recognize that significant efforts are being made to prevent such an outcome. Diplomacy, international cooperation, and conflict resolution mechanisms are crucial tools for reducing tensions and ensuring peace. Some key strategies include diplomacy and dialogue. Open lines of communication between nations can help resolve misunderstandings and prevent conflicts from escalating. Multilateralism. Encouraging nations to work together through international organizations promotes cooperation and reduces the chances of unilateral aggressive actions. Arms control and disarmament. International agreements and treaties that limit the proliferation of weapons, particularly nuclear weapons, can help maintain stability. Economic interdependence. Strong economic ties between nations create incentives for peaceful cooperation, as conflicts could disrupt trade and prosperity. Crisis management. Developing effective crisis management mechanisms can prevent minor conflicts from spiraling out of control. Conclusion. The question of whether World War III is imminent is a complex one, shaped by a myriad of geopolitical, economic, and social factors. While the world faces challenges and tensions, the lessons of history remind us of the importance of proactive diplomacy, international cooperation, and conflict prevention. By learning from the past and working together, nations can strive to build a more peaceful and stable world for future generations.